Sparta, New Jersey. We're at the half. It's the Pope John Lions boys lacrosse team, the top seed in the Hunterdon Sussex tournament. They are leading the Delaware Valley Terriers 11-1. We now know who Pope John's opponent will be if they make it to the semifinals. Earlier today at 2 p.m. at Sparta High School, the Sparta Spartans hosted the number 5 seed North Hunterdon Lions. And your final score from that game, Sparta 5, Hunterdon, North Hunterdon 4. So the Sparta Spartans get through to the semifinal of the Hunterdon Sussex tournament. And now that sets up the juiciest of matchups. Pope John and Sparta, if the Lions can hold on to this second half 10-goal lead, it would be here at Pope John High School on Tuesday. We will absolutely have coverage for you on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Pope John and Sparta, if the Lions win this game today. So Sparta hangs on for a 5-4 win. Eddie Brown with a hat trick. Matt Ciarelli with a goal, along with Thomas Aquino. The Spartans scored a goal in the first quarter, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. I don't have the stats from North Hunterdon yet. So, your matchups are set if Pope John holds on to this win. On Tuesday, it will be Pope John versus Sparta in the semifinal of the lacrosse tournament. And on Wednesday, it'll be Pope John hosting the Vernon Vikings, the 4 and 5 matchup on the baseball diamond at Pope John High School. And also on Wednesday, the softball team, the girls team, they are the number 2 seed. We don't know who they're going to play yet. High Point is the 7th seed. I have not gotten a result on that 7-10 game yet. So we'll wait and find out who the softball team gets. So we'll see about coverage and kind of go from there. The final for lacrosse will be set up next Saturday, May 10th. I think that's at Lenape Valley High School. The finals of the baseball and softball are a different day, but the semifinals are not. Semifinals are set for that same day. So we are unfortunately going to miss a few games here. I don't know how, but we'll see. But with lacrosse, we're going to definitely stick with you for the semifinal, and if they're in the final, we're going to do the final for you. So 11-1 here as we start the second half of action from Pope John High School. Nothing tomorrow on the channel. On Monday, we're back to regular season play for a day. The baseball team will take on Roxbury at Roxbury High School. Pope John Lions and the Roxbury Gals. Monday from Roxbury High School at 4:30 on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Tuesday, lacrosse, if the Pope John Lions get through this second half. And then Wednesday, either baseball or softball, and we really have to take a look at the schedules and kind of go from there. Second half action now, and again, congratulations to Mikey Ramirez for 700 career face-off wins. And my thanks to Kira Donegan for giving me the update beforehand, so I was aware of it. The Lions now going right to left on your screen in their blue jerseys, trimmed by gold and white, gold numbers with white trim, blue shorts with gold trim, and the golden domes, the golden helmets. They're going right to left. Delaware Valley in their white jerseys with yellow shorts, and they're going left to right. Ramirez with the face-off win, so now he has 701. Ramirez with the pass down low to Hunter Perillo. Perillo, who scored the first 3 goals of the game for Pope John. Ramirez looking to break in. The score off the post. Ramirez's shot just rang off iron. Now Canetta. Over to Gallucci. Gallucci looking to break in. Canetta up top. Deflected off of number 34, Marcus Gary. It goes out of bounds. Pope John's closest. There's Perillo. Now the shot by Ramirez, high over the crossbar. One correction I was made aware of, Justin Colmer's not here, so that's not him in goal. It's actually Luke Seifert who's playing goal today. He's wearing Colmer's jersey, number 8, but it is Luke Seifert, who was originally on my listing as number 17. So Seifert net for Delaware Valley. We'll give you the other corrections as we approach them. Here's Canetta. Over to Heller. Heller behind. Flip it back to Gallucci. Gallucci looking to break in. Pass across to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez. Pass down low. The shot. Score! Hunter Perillo, goal number 4 for him. Remember there was a game a few weeks ago where Perillo was kept off the score sheet. I think it was against Randolph, and everybody else had scored. Well, he's making up for it today in the biggest game possible, the Hunterdon Sussex quarterfinal. Perillo at 4, and the Lions lead 12-1. Time remaining in the third quarter, 10:42. Pope John 12, Delaware Valley 1. If you're just tuning in, number 4 Sparta has already gotten through. They defeated North Hunterdon 5-4. So that would set up a most appetizing matchup on Tuesday afternoon here at Pope John High School. Here's the pass to Canetta. Canetta fires, saved by Seifert. And it goes over the crossbar and off the football barn. Well, head coach Joe Delaware said it. He wasn't interested in winning championships. He was interested in building dynasties. The Pope John Lions are doing their part right now. Got to get the first championship and they go from there. But, boy, does this team look good. Hunter Perillo, pass to Canetta. Canetta slips the defender down low. Heller! He didn't even wait for it to settle into his cross. He just basically, it was like a one-timer in hockey. He just swept at it and knocked it into the net. What a goal by Travis Heller. 13-1 with 10:06 remaining in the third quarter. And again, since I wasn't here earlier for senior night festivities, I want to pass along my congratulations to the 7 seniors on this team and the job that they have done this year and throughout their careers at Pope John High School. Mikey Ramirez with the face-off win. That's, what, 7:02 now? 7:03? They'll start losing track again. Could hit 800 before the end of the year. Pass over to Ramirez. Now down low to Perillo. Over to Heller. The shot. Saved by Seifert. And Delaware Valley picks it up. Number 13. Oh, he gets knocked in the chest by Canetta. Trying to pick it up as the ball's on the turf. Perillo is able to steal it away. Hunter Perillo on the left wing. To Heller. Back to Perillo. Now to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez over to Sam Canetta. Canetta gives to Gallucci. Gallucci to Pillock. Back to Gallucci. Jack Gallucci. Pass to Heller. Fires just wide right of Seifert's cage. .903 remaining, third quarter. Perillo. Pass to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez looking to break in. Jack Gallucci to Canetta. Fires. Save. Seifert. It's in front. Picked up by Heller. Travis Heller. Heller comes back around. Pass to Pillock out of his reach. Pillock now to Jack Gallucci. Gallucci on the right wing. Looking to break in. Pass down low. Perillo. He scores. 5 for Hunter Perillo. 5 is most definitely alive today at Pope John High School. 8:10 remaining and now a running clock as the Lions take a 14-1 lead. So the Lions' third goal this second half, and they pull ever so closer to a date with the Sparta Spartans on Tuesday. That would be the semifinal of the Hunterdon Sussex Boys Lacrosse Tournament. Canetta with it. Sam Canetta. Pass over to Ramirez. Now to Gallucci on the right. Gives to Pillock. Back to Gallucci. Jack Gallucci looking to break in. Over to Ramirez. Fires over the crossbar, and I think it may have cleared the football crossbar as well. I always wondered in football, you know, they never do it, but, you know, the age-old question, if you kick it off from the 30 or 35-yard line and you kick it over and throw the uprights, should you get a point or two for that? When you first start watching football, you ask questions like that. Obviously not. Here's Ramirez. Now to Heller. Fires. Score. Travis Heller makes it 15 for Pope John. 6:40 to go, third quarter. So let's just say with 6.5 minutes to go in the third and the fourth quarter to go, let's say Pope John wins. Let's say they hang on for the win. Tuesday, I believe it'll be 4 o'clock, but it could be 4:30. But sometime Tuesday, they haven't set the time yet, it'll be Pope John, the top seed of this tournament, hosting the Sparta Spartans in a rematch of last year's Hunterdon Sussex final, which Sparta won 9-4. You can find that game online. It's an interesting matchup. What was really interesting, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the season, I'm not going to talk much about it now, but maybe on Tuesday I'll mention it again. Comments that came from the goalkeeper of Sparta after that game. Well, Pope John never wanted payback. They're going to get their opportunity on Tuesday. What a hit by Anthony Schnabel. And we got a flag on the play. It's going to go against Schnabel. Marcus Gary with it, number 34 for Delaware Valley. Pass over to number 21, Jack Reinerson. Stolen away by Muggy Bars, and when he picks it up, a whistle against Schnabel, and he'll be penalized. 5:20 and counting, third quarter. Lions lead 15-1. So here's my question to all the pollsters out there who have kept Pope John out of the New Jersey top 20. If they win the Hunterdon Sussex tournament, can you still keep them out of the top 20? Is that possible? What if they win a state tournament? Can you keep them out of the top 20? I don't get it. I don't understand how this team is not in the top 20. I don't understand how this team is not in the top 10. Well, polls don't matter. What matters is the results on the field. And right now your result is 15-1. Nice hit by Jacob Post, who's in the game for the first time. Nick Boyanowski in there as well. Here's the shot, wide left. Their only loss came on the road at Chatham in a rain-soaked and snow-covered day. By the time we got from Sparta to Chatham, it had turned over fully to rain, but it snowed that morning. Here's the shot by Reinerson to hit off the post. Sanchez after it. That was their only loss. And the only other close game I can even think of this year was the double overtime win against Immaculata. Everything else has been either comfortable or dominant by Pope John. They beat Scotch Plains Fanwood, who was number 18 at the time in the top 20, on the road. Won by a pair of goals, although that was closer than what it really was. Lions had a 8-4 lead, I think, in that game. You know, and for that matter, Chatham actually should be higher. And I think Chatham should be higher. Chatham's number 12. I don't get it. Ramirez with the shot hit out the post. Chatham is an excellent team. Excellent team. I don't know how they're not higher. But I certainly don't understand how Pope John is not in this year's top 20. Here's Gallucci. Jack Gallucci coming in on number 13. Pass down low. Here's Andrew Gallant. Now to Mikey Ramirez. Canetta. Here's the pass off to Gallucci. Now to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez fires wide right. Picked up by Pillock. Now Gallant over to Ramirez. Canetta fires wide of the net. I don't know which side it was, right or left. I think it was wide right. .213 to go, third quarter. Well, I would say, and I'm venturing a little ahead of myself here, but I would say this was a pretty successful double dip Saturday here at Pope John High School for Hunterdon Warren Sussex action. The boys baseball team winning a thriller over Lenape Valley. If you're a baseball fan, if you're not a baseball fan, it doesn't matter. I advise you to come to the channel later on tonight or tomorrow when YouTube clears it and posts it to come watch that game. Heller in front, the shot. Oh, the goalie got a piece of that. That's number 20 in there now for Delaware Valley. And that is Trey Falkenstein. Falkenstein in net for Delaware Valley now in place of Luke Seifert. Galucci on the right. 15-1. Lions lead over Delaware Valley. Galucci racing towards the center. Now Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez. Pass over. The shot by Canetta. Wide right. He just missed the right post. And he knew it. Now, Galat over to Ramirez. Mikey Ramirez looking to break in. Canetta fires wide right. Out of bounds. Pope John's closest. Clock down to 35 ticks in the third. Here's Ramirez. Shot. Save by Falkenstein. Good save by the Delaware Valley netminder. And now Heller after him. Trying to chop it loose. Falkenstein is still in his net. Heller knocks it loose, picks it up, trying to get the pass into the middle. Falkenstein racing in the net. The pass across, Pillock the shot. High over the crossbar as they hurried the shot. 5 seconds remaining. Now, Pope John one last chance. And it's intercepted by Falkenstein. Good job by the goaltender for Delaware Valley. We are through 3 quarters here at Pope John High School. The Pope John Lions have opened up their lead over the Delaware Valley Terriers, 15-1. We'll be back right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube for fourth quarter action. Welcome back to Pope John High School at the Catholic Academy of Sussex County for Hunterdon Warren Sussex second round, or my apologies, quarterfinal action between the Pope John Lions, the top seed in this year's boys lacrosse tournament, and the 8th seeded Delaware Valley Terriers. Your score after 3 quarters: the Pope John Lions lead Delaware Valley 15-1. Sparta has already won over North Hunterdon, 5-4. So, Pope John, if they're able to hang on to this game, will host Sparta on Tuesday for a rematch of last year's Hunterdon Warren Sussex final, which Sparta won 9-4. And you know Pope John is licking their chops to get payback. They already defeated Sparta early this season in a regular season matchup at Sparta High School, 8-4. But again, regular season does not matter. And in rivalries, standings and records don't matter. We learned that in the girls' basketball Hunterdon Warren Sussex final. Pope John was the top seed and Sparta the 3 seed, and they won. Close game, exciting game. But it propelled Pope John to get back to the sectional final, as they really did learn a lot from that, and they won an amazing overtime game against Immaculate Heart Academy in the state semifinals, or the sectional semifinals. That is a game I'll remember for a long time. Me in Washington with the game-winning shot at the buzzer. Wow. 11-11 to go, fourth quarter. Hornet. Shot. Score! Jack Gallucci hits the top left corner underneath the crossbar. And Pope John up 16-1. Running clock here in the fourth quarter with this big lead. So, Pope John baseball team will host Vernon on Wednesday, a 4-5 matchup in the quarterfinal of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex. And we had the lacrosse team watching part of that game up there. I'm wondering if the baseball team came down here to watch a little bit of this. Hopefully they did. That'd be great to see. Well, anyway, a great win by the boys baseball team. And now, Pope John lacrosse team, dominating performance today, building a 16-1 lead on Delaware Valley. Stolen by number 13 for Delaware Valley. Now Pope John coming the other way. There's Muggy Bars. Shot by Ramirez, just wide left. And steal by Terry Nee for Delaware Valley. Less than 10 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Again, on the channel later on tonight, we'll post the senior night festivities that happened at 1:30 this afternoon from Pope John High School. My thanks to Kara Pillock for filming those. And we'll get it onto the channel later on tonight. Here is number 13 for Pope John. Substitutions in. For 5, Jack Gallucci takes the ball, pass to Brody Pillock. Back to 13, Justin Perella. Over to 18, Evan Wyatt. Now to Gallucci. Gallucci looking for a shot. Passes off to Wyatt. Wyatt fires. Saved by the goalkeeper, Falkenstein. Falkenstein in his crease. He'll come out in a circle. It's the goal circle. That's right. I learned that from the girls lacrosse referee the other day. It's the goal circle, and they're draws, not face-offs. Here's D. Pass out to 24. Ibach. Now Reinerson with it. Now number 16 with it, Braden Costello. Costello with the pass to Reinerson. Down low to number 13, Terry Nee. To Shamming. Kyle Shamming with it. Matthew Riley on him. Pass over to Costello. Now to Reinerson. Matthew Sledge all over him. Reinerson drops down below the goal. Comes around to the left side to pass out to Shamming. Now to number 12, Picardo. Pass in front. And it just goes wide left. O'Leary takes a whack and knocks over the Delaware Valley player, number 21, Jack Reinerson. So it's going to go back over to Delaware Valley. O'Leary with a Hulk Hogan or a Macho Man shove there. 7:17 remaining. Reinerson got Nick Boyanowski on him. Pass over. Now to 22 of the shot. Shamming just missed wide right. The wind's starting to pick up here at the lacrosse field at Pope John High School, which doubles at the football field, which triples as a soccer field. So one of those multi-purpose fields. If you look at it, obviously it's got all the markings of the football field along with the goalposts on the north end. But the goalposts are removed from the south end during lacrosse season. Here's Bars. Muggy coming in. The shot. Score! Muggy Bars puts it behind Falkenstein. And Bars records a Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament goal. 17-1 for the Long Poleman. Muggy Bars, who was the MVP of the hockey team, now making his magic work in lacrosse. 17-1. Pope John leads. Clock down to 6:12 remaining. So again, if Pope John holds on to win, they will take on Sparta on Tuesday here at Pope John High School. Time is yet to be determined. Ramirez with another face-off win. Loses his footing. Ball's on the turf. And scooped up by Andrew Sanchez. And we have a timeout on the field. Head coach Joe Dellafera wants to talk things over. Head coach Joe Dellafera, assistant coach Ryan Cummings, and JV coach Mike McGovern, all doing a fine job with this Pope John lacrosse team. 5:42 to go in the fourth. 17-1, Pope John leads over Delaware Valley. We'll be right back after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. The Pope John Lions, the top seed in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament in boys lacrosse. They are 5 minutes and 42 seconds away from a rematch against the Sparta Spartans from last year's HWS final. It'll be in the semifinals this year, but the top seed Pope John Lions well on their way to hosting the number 4 seeded Sparta Spartans. We don't have results yet in from the number 2 seed Warren Hills game or the number 3 game, which is Voorhees. So we don't know how that's going to go. But Sparta won over North Hunterdon today in a 4-5 matchup, 5-4. Ball on the turf, Scrumford goes out of bounds, and it will be Delaware Valley ball. 5:23 to go, fourth quarter. Senior night festivities. And again, want to congratulate the seniors from Pope John and also from Delaware Valley, which we usually do. We celebrate the other team seniors as well. But I think most of them are prom, from what I heard from one of the parents of Delaware Valley today. So, Andrew Sanchez, Magnus Bars, Anthony Schnabel, Peyton Fox, Travis Heller, Mikey Ramirez, and Daniel O'Leary, the 7 seniors on this Pope John Lions boys lacrosse team. Pass down low. Back to number 31, Cole Fritchie. Now over to Costello. To Reinerson. Reinerson trying to come in on Sanchez. Ball's knocked loose. And scooped up. Nope. Pops out of Sanchez's cross. Still on the turf. Fighting for it. Now the pass down low. Intercepted by Owen Hull, who is taking over goaltending duties for Daniel O'Leary. Poole, the junior, who will inherit that net next year from O'Leary, who's a senior. Here's Andrew Gallant. Over to Brody Pillock. Pillock to Gallucci. Now Heller. Gives it back to Gallucci. Pillock up top. Jack, pass to Travis. Now down low, the shot. Hit off the post, I think. It was Andrew Sanchez. 3:35 to go. Here's Pillock. Over to Jack Gallucci. Now Heller. Gallucci up top. Heller. Pass to Jack. Now Brody Pillock to Andrew Gallant. Pillock gives it over to Gallucci. 3:06 remaining in the fourth. Pope John just killing the clock now with a 17-1 lead. Well, Pope John wanted to make a statement. They certainly did today. Pass over to Anthony Schnabel trying to break through. The shot. Score! Anthony Schnabel! And he gets on the board with a Hunterdon Sussex goal. So Magnus Bars and Anthony Schnabel, the two senior defensemen, are able to break through. Now they're just looking to get one for Andrew Sanchez. 18-1, Pope John leads over Delaware Valley. Clock down to 2:22 remaining. And now Mike Marston will come in to take the face-off draw. Evan Wyatt on the near side of the field. Let's try and get you all the substitutions. We got Jacob Post in there with Matthew Riley and Matthew Sledge on defense. We got Marston taking the draw with Evan Wyatt and Nick Boyanowski out there. And then on offense, Brody Pillock and Jack Gallucci and Andrew Gallant. Ball's on the turf. And Owen Hoole in net. 100 seconds remaining in this quarterfinal matchup. Here's Evan Wyatt. Pass over to Andrew Sanchez. You know they're going to try and spring him. Sanchez looking to break in. Wyatt. Now to Gallucci. Pass over to Brody Pillock. Gallucci down to Pillock. They're looking for an opening for Sanchez. I can see it. Down low. Gallant to Gallucci. 59 seconds remaining. Pillock to Wyatt. Perella gives to Andrew Sanchez. Sanchez passes off to Wyatt. The ball's loose. Popped in the air. Delaware Valley steals it away. Terry Nee up the field for the Terriers. Now over to number 43. We have a name for him. Stolen away by Justin Perella. Here's Perella racing up the field. Perella to Gallant. Over to Gallucci. 25 seconds now. Pillock back to Gallucci. It's out of his cross. 43 takes it away for Delaware Valley. And there's number 2, Michael Johnson. Johnson racing up the field, up the near sideline. Johnson towards the net. Shot on goal. Knocked down by the defense. Ball's on the turf. Scooped up. 7 seconds to go. Delaware Valley with one last opportunity. Fritz scores. And that's at the buzzer. The Pride has spoken. The Pope John Lions win their quarterfinal matchup of the Hunterdon Sussex tournament. Final score, Pope John 18, Delaware Valley 2. So the Lions advance to a semifinal matchup that is a rematch of last year's Hunterdon Sussex final against the Sparta Spartans. Sparta overcoming North Hunterdon earlier today, 5-4 in their 4-5 matchup at Sparta High School. So the Lions cruise, the Spartans survive, and they will meet here on Tuesday afternoon. Semifinals of the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournament on Tuesday. Pope John and Sparta. Please join us on the channel on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube Monday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. We'll be at Roxbury High School. It'll be the Pope John Lions baseball team taking on the Roxbury Gals. Then on Tuesday, the Hunterdon Warren Sussex semifinal boys lacrosse matchup between the top seed Pope John Lions and the number 4 seed Sparta Spartans. On Wednesday, both baseball and softball have Hunterdon Warren Sussex quarterfinal matchups as the baseball team won today over Lenape Valley 7-6, and the softball team got a bye through to the quarterfinals as the number 2 seed. So no announcement yet on which game we're going to get to. Would love to get to both. And then we'll go from there. So you know where to go Monday, Roxbury High School, and we'll be there for that game. For everyone here at Pope John High School, Mike Formasano saying thanks for joining us. And on senior night for the boys lacrosse team, the Pope John Lions turn back the Delaware Valley Terriers 18-2. Have a good night, and we'll see you Monday for more Pope John Lions sports on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Good night.